The sun's radius can be calculated. Twice the perimeter of the bottom of the granite coffer times 10 to the 8th power is the sun's mean radius. Okay? How can they know this? How can they know that it's 427,316 miles is the radius of the sun? From standing on Earth, looking up at the sky. The Earth's polar radius. The sacred cubit times 10 to the 7th power equals the polar radius of the Earth. That's the Earth's orbit. Polar radius is going pole to pole this way, not this way. Well, they can calculate it this way. It's all built to the Great Pyramid. Okay? The Earth's polar radius. The pyramid involves a scale of a ratio of 1 by 43,200. So the pyramid itself is a scale of the Earth's size. You scale the pyramid, you scale Earth down by 43,200, 432 hertz. That's the resonant frequency. It's the best resonant to listen to music. You scale it down, what do you get? To that radius, that ratio, you get the size of the Earth. So if you take the Great Pyramid of Giza and you take it and scale it up 43,200 times, you get the size of the planet Earth itself. And guess what, guys? It's a sphere. All right, just in case you don't know. I gave you a lot of math, and what I'm trying to prove to you here, circumstantial evidence. These beings had advanced knowledge. Now, that's why I wrote the Black Knight satellite documentary. Because in order to get these calculations, you need a satellite in orbit. You can't do this without a satellite in orbit, and this satellite has been in orbit for a long time. Because why? This satellite was the only thing I ever knew. And Lil knew what was going on the planet at all times. He knew population centers. He knew the size of populations. He knew the size of crops on the planet, on a planetary scale. And when people would act up, or the people got too loud in one area, or they started acting too wild, he would just say, call the humans. And he would send somebody to spray something on their fields to kill all their crops. Sounds like chemtrails in ancient times. We had the chemtrails already, sorry. They came through and wiped them out. They would just kill people off to control the populations. But this all-seeing eye, how did he have this? This is the eye of Sauron in the Lord of the Rings. Well, the eye actually exists. There's actually a Sumerian cylinder scroll that depict two beings talking to each other using this technology with wings in the sky. In my opinion, that is the Black Knight. Also, we discovered that the constellation, the Boötes constellation, is actually Enlil's. He owns the Boötes constellation. The Mesopotamian gods attribute the ownership of the Boötes constellation, where Epsilon is located, to Enlil. What's interesting about that? Well, when you look at the Boötes constellation, there's actually a giant void in there of empty space. So much empty space, it's an enormous void. There's not even dust in this space. Michio Kaku was quoted as saying that after observing this constellation, him and other theoretical physicists, it appears to be a cloaked advanced civilization. Okay? A cloaked advanced. Now, why is that important? Well, it's important because of this. The Black Knight satellite signal has been decoded by individual people multiple times over the years. Over the course of over 100 years, all come up with the same conclusion. It's giving us the location of the Boötes constellation. So we have an Anunnaki god on Earth, engaging mankind, building civilizations here, which are now gone, but there's a satellite still orbiting this planet in a polar orbit, which you would need a polar orbit to make these calculations. The other thing you have to understand is a polar orbit can do. So the Earth itself is massive. And so if you're in an equatorial orbit, you can't capture the entire planet. But when you go into a polar orbit, you can make this calculation. The pyramid, the Great Pyramid, is the average height of the landmass on Earth. The average height of the peaks of the landmass on Earth. The average height. Now, you can't do this just by sitting in one place in the middle of a desert and figure out how high this is. So what you need, a satellite that can actually scan the planet this way as it spins on its axis. And as it spins, you're scanning for topographical data. You calculate, you're counting every single peak and hill and mountaintop on the entire planet, which we can do today. We've already done it. And then